Hey y'all, my name is Holly Lamb and this video is another first for my channel, Lamb Living. I'm participating in the Try It Tuesday challenge hosted by Sammie at Unicorn Dust Designs, where we try DIYs of other creators that have inspired us and include links to their videos in the description box below. Today I am going to be featuring two different creators. Of course, our host Sammie. I have to do a couple of DIYs that she's inspired me to try, and then another one that I will mention in just a little while. Now, if you've watched any of Unicorn Dust Designs, you have seen Sammie make wood rounds, and I have linked the playlist to her wood round playlist, which is extensive. Now, look at the invoice there, and look how much I paid for these wood rounds. A 24-inch wood round for $5.99, and $4 for the small one. Incredible. My husband found these at a lumber yard outside of Pooler, Georgia, and he brought some home from me one time. He was on a trip, and I have used now two of them. So I have two left, one big and one little. And so this is the first time I've ever used this 24-inch wood round, and they are impressive. They're solid, they're beautiful, there's not any flaws. Look at that. I was trying to decide which side to make the front of this wood round, because I wanted to make, that's the antique Waverly wax that I'm going to stain this with. I want all that gorgeous wood grain to show. Now I'm making this for one of my team members at school. I'm the team leader of the Related Arts group of teachers. We are the specialists at school. I'm, of course, the music teacher, and who I'm making this for, she is getting married, Bentley, on Valentine's Day this year. She and her fiance are eloping, and so I'm going to use this Crafter Square vinyl, and I'm going to cut out her initial of her new last name, and which is going to be a beautiful S, and then on one side and put her new last name and the date of their, going to be anniversary. It's going to be Valentine's Day, and I'll put an EST, established, But now on the back, I thought it would be fun to put Oglethorpe Elementary and then have everybody sign it in Sharpie on the back. So we decided they are eloping on Valentine's Day, and she said they have everything they need, but, maybe have we were thinking of a theme, and have a honeymoon shower. So we decided that everybody would just Venmo me money. There's my husband's helping me out there. And I would get a big Visa gift card from all the money that people have donated, and we would send them off to their honeymoon with some spending money in hand. And so that's how that was going to be the easiest thing for us, and the way we could show her our love. And so she's so excited, and we are so excited for her. And here I can't decide on which is going to be the back. I mean, that could easily have been the front. So technically, this is supposed to be the back. But I go ahead and put, this is the name of my school. We have two public elementary schools here on St. Simon's, and Oglethorpe is one of them. And so I've got a lot of help there. You can see a lot of hands coming in. I'm working there on the kitchen countertop. That's where I like to work sometimes when everybody's over and watching movies and whatnot. So I can still hear what's going on, listen to America Says, or, whatever, the Family Feud, and I can chime in but still get some work done, which I love to do. And so I made that on my Cricut, of course, and used my little tools and my favorite transfer tape that I got from Amazon. Put that on one side, and then put the big S, and her new last name is going to be Swindle. And I used my Rust-Oleum Matte Clear top coat, and I'm going to do 3 coats on both sides. And so I took the wood round to school a couple of times. I kept bringing it back because I wanted to add the established February 14th, 2023. I brought it back and I gave it another coat last night. And so I had everybody sign it. I put it in the teacher's lounge with some Sharpies, and everyone signed it with some little nice notes, and there I am. I put a little music note so she can always remember that I was the music teacher. And there we go. There's established February 14th, 2023. And I decided, Sammie normally puts the D-rings on to hang it with, but I'm going to just give them the D-rings, and because they might want to flip it over. I don't know. But I just love the way it turned out. All right, now these are some little lovebirds I got at Hello Goodbye, and they were, oh gosh, I didn't even put in how much they were. They were probably $1, $2. And I'm going to use this new Waverly color, Pink Sky, and they really is this color. This is a sunset. I was picking up my mom over at Epworth by the Sea one evening. My dad was already over at the house, and they only have one car down here because they're snowbirding. And normally they live in Tennessee, but they spend 5 months down here on St. Simon's during the winter, so it's a lot milder weather, of course. And we saw that sunset, and truly, this color, when I painted these birds to try out this new color to make my little lovebirds, it really is the color of the sky, you know, in the evening when we have these beautiful sunsets over the ocean there, over the St. Simon Sound. All right, here is Julie from Julie's Designs and Signs, and she is my inspiration. She made these darling little ducks, and she painted them apothecary, and from Debbie's DIY, and then she white waxed them with the white wax I'm going to be using by Waverly, which is kind of a creamy wax, and they were gorgeous. Did you see how gorgeous those were? I just loved them. And so I wanted to try, I love to use, my favorite is Sage by Folk Art, and then white wax. And so I wanted to try this new Waverly color, Pink Sky, especially here coming into February. Make some lovebirds to take to decorate for the shower. The shower was actually for, Bentley was actually supposed to be for yesterday, but she's been sick, so we're holding off to celebrate the lovebirds. And so I had a little more time and to put that established date on our wood round. But getting into all the little nooks and crannies, I wanted it to be solid pink. Now sometimes I like to, because chalk paint is water-based, I like to, when I wax, to reactivate the paint a little bit and pull out some of the undercoat, especially if it's wood or if it's something pretty, maybe tarnished silver. But these, I didn't want to bring out all those crazy colors, the blue and the different, that brown base of the other one wasn't too attractive. So I decided to put a layer of top coat. Since I had that Rust-Oleum matte clear out, I went ahead and put that on there because I wanted the pink to stay solid. And so there I go with the Waverly white wax, which is actually a creamy ivory, not a true white wax. Now, if you need a true white wax, you can either mix white paint into the clear wax, or you could get DIY white wax, and it is true wax white. But I love this creamy look. You know, I decorate with ivories and creams, and plaster Waverly chalk paint is my favorite. And so here I go. I do little sections. That's what Julie suggested. Little sections. You paint on the white wax, and then you wipe it off, taking off all the high points and leaving all the wax in those little crevices. And it just gives that softened look, that beautiful kind of frosted look. And I really love how this Pink Sky, it's not too pink, but it's not red, it's not, you know, I just love this look for February. All right, so now we're going to continue in the love theme. I know this is a spring playlist, but I found these at Walmart. Walmart had these jumbo cards for $3, and they're good, solid cardstocks. You can see there's the one, of course, I'm going to use, and it's a Valentine. You can, I mean, it comes with a big old envelope, and you can give it to someone. I can't imagine sending it in the mail, but you certainly could give it to someone. Now, I also picked up those two and took those to use at school, so that's up in my classroom. Love you to the moon and back, and something about being sweet. Anyway, saying that to my kiddos. But I'm going to use these 3 Dollar Tree Christmas signs. They're straight. They didn't have any 3D elements. There was a little glitter, but I'm going to be covering that up. And honestly, in retrospect, I really didn't need to put this coat of paint outside on them, because that cardstock is very thick, and so it covers it up. But I guess it's just habit. I always want to start with a white base. I don't know. I couldn't, and later I probably would, since this is such a thick cardstock. All right, so I wanted the card to be the focal point, so I wanted to make it fit, and one little panel's not going to fit. So I cut it off just with an X-Acto blade from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use our Super Jumbo craft sticks from the Walmart. And I'm going to use that, and then also from Walmart, the Gorilla Glue sticks in my Surebonder, which I also got in the craft section at Walmart. My favorite glue gun. It doesn't leak. It will stay on. It has an automatic timer off in case I forget to turn it off. And it is the perfect thing for this type of thing. Those Gorilla Glue sticks are for reals. They are not going to go, this stuff's not going to go anywhere, even though I'm hanging it on my front door. I do have a storm door, but it's going to be fine, even in the cold or the heat. We're having some real nice mild weather here in South Georgia. But I'm going to go ahead and finish that up and put those together with our craft sticks. And then I'm going to use this simple twine as a hanger. I'm going to put a bow on top of it, so I didn't need to go too crazy here. That's just leftover macrame cord from one of those DIY kits from the Dollar Tree, the kids section. So that's going to be my hanger. We use the holes that were already there, and we're going to cover those up. So I'm going to take my card, and I'm going to make it look kind of like shiplap, because those grooves are already there in those signs. I got those on half off. I got them, well, for 50 cents after Christmas. I was really surprised that the Dollar Tree went to half off, or 50 cents per Christmas item after Christmas for about 2 weeks. And I got a lot of this and that for Christmas, and that I'm going to be using in DIYs for the next couple of months, or probably a year, honestly. And so I measured it out on each one via the Dollar Tree. Every little shiplap plank is just a little bit different, so I couldn't use that extra one I cut off as I can't think what I want to say. But anyway, I had to measure each one, then cut it with the X-Acto blade, and then I would write top and number 2, number 1, number 2, and I kept doing that, measuring on each plank and marking it, cutting it with the X-Acto, and then labeling it. Then I just took this little clickable Crayola marker in brown, and I darkened in some of the crevices and the edges to my little pieces of poster board there, my card stock. And then I'm going to put it together, put it on with my Gorilla Glue sticks, and then we are going to do them one plank at a time, leaving that groove, and I'm going to just push it right into, try not to let the glue stick go into the grooves as well, keeping the glue on the underside of the cardstock. And it is on there nice and solid, no problems. Again, this Gorilla Glue stick is great. I've never had any trouble with anything coming apart. It's wonderful. Okay, and so I'm going to leave a little gap where the groove is. So these all look like shiplap, and it looks so good, but we got it all lined up there. Oh, and I'm going to do each one the same. And after I got them cut out and labeled, this was fast. This was easy. It was just cutting each one out that took a little bit of time, and then I edged them out with that brown just so I would have that little bit of darkness, and you could see that shiplap there. Oh, I just love how this turned out. Now, it's a little shiny, so I am going to use some Mod Podge, and I'm going to use the antique Mod Podge that I ordered from Amazon after I just secure a couple little spots there and make sure all the little crevices are, uniform. I wanted them to look the same. So there I go with my marker, just a Crayola. And I love how this looks. Fabulous. All right, I'm going to take that last little, just, to make it nice and secure, I'm just going to take that last piece of the sign and glue it horizontally across the sign just to give it a little more support. And that is going to protect my door as well, because those are not hard at all. Okay, so there we go. That is that antique Mod Podge. It's antique matte, it says, and it works great and made a nice little, not distressed, but not bright. It made it just a little bit darker, not a lot. I really liked how it looked, but I'm going to tell you, I set it out under the tent, my overhang out on the deck to dry because, whoo, it's got quite the odor. So I did put it outside and let it dry for a little while. So I just made a little loopy bow there. Oh, I just love the way this looks on my door. The yellow, the roses, the yellow and the roses just come out because of my yellow door and makes that red and pink just pop on the front door, and it just looks so good. Okay, so I'm going to make a little loopy bow. This bow ribbon I got at, I want to say I got it at Hello Goodbye. It might have been at the Restore. I can't remember. It was $1 per roll. And I'm just going to take a piece of cardboard, and I call this my loopy droopy bow. And so I'm just going to wrap this. It's not wired, so it's going to be a little droopy. And I'm going to make long tails and make a smaller loop there and a smaller loop there and a bunch of big loops. And then one little loop for the middle. And then one zip tie to hold all that together, and then I'll kind of just work those loops apart just a little bit. Again, this doesn't have wire. If it had wire, honestly, it would be easier. But this looks, that's okay. This little, it's nice and loose. It's just a nice sheer ribbon, just what we needed for the top to hide the string and the holder. And so here we go. Come on in to my house. I love how this looks. All right, so now here are all our DIYs. There's the Lovebirds with the white wax. Oh goodness, my quest to see if white wax makes everything better. So far so good. It makes everything beautiful. I love that one. It really looks gorgeous. And God bless the Swindles as they get married on February 14th. We're so excited for her, she and her fiance, and we're so happy to celebrate them. And here's my little love, my little companion, always with me. But of course, the greatest love of all, John 15:13, greater love hath no one than this, that he laid down his life for his friends. And that's what Jesus did for us and for all mankind. I want to thank Sammie from Unicorn Dust Designs. She was so sweet. She said, yeah, come on, join the playlist. And so this is my first time. I'm so tickled to be here. So from the Blue House on the Corner, I want to thank you for watching and subscribing to my channel. And I send lots of love to you. And I say God bless. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.